Alright boys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at two new American vehicles coming to the aviation tree actually. So, I'm going to be honest with you, the first one's pretty, no one's going to be looking forward to this, but I guess I'd cover it. It's kind of a juxtaposition. We're getting probably one of the earliest American planes, and then the next plane we're going to look at in a couple of minutes is like the most modern American, well, I guess not the most modern, one of the most modern planes that the American tech tree will get. Anyway, you already know what it is, but I won't ruin the surprise for people that don't. So this is the BF-2C1. I've never heard of this thing. It's still got the old American, I guess it's the US Army Air Force camouflage, not actually the US Air Force. I don't think it even existed at that point. It's a biplane, obviously. Only got two twin propeller. So this it's basically the new reserve vehicle for the Americans. Apparently the P-26 pea shooter was a little bit outclassed. I'm not really sure who was going to be complaining about that, who's actually playing reserve biplanes, apart from new players I guess, but even then, it's only 1 or 2 games and then you're on to your rank 1. So now you get 4 bombs, I think you get 2 30 calibers in the nose or something like that. Anyway, not very good. Let's go on to our second vehicle where the meat of this video is. Alright, so welcome to the party, the Grumman F-14B Tomcat. This was a slight modernization, I guess. I think they had a problem with the original F-14A engines. I think under high G loads, the engines would stall, which led to a lot of flat spins or something like that. Once one engine stalled, because the engines on the F-14 are obviously quite far apart, you notice that a lot of other jets, they have the engines next to each other. So if the engine stalled on an F-14A, you got a lot of asymmetrical thrust, which led to a lot of flat spins, I believe, and a few deaths, I think. So the B engines kind of remediated that. I think they were more powerful off afterburning. I don't think they needed to use the afterburner when they were taken off from carriers. That's just from a video I heard ages ago. Anyway, so it's a slight modernization to the F-14. So you get a better thrust and climb rate. I think this goes up to 225 meters per second now. So it's about the climb rate as a MiG-21 bis, in obviously a much heavier airframe. So the main differences between that and the old one is just the engines really. We also get some weapon changes. So we now get the AIM-7M as well as the AIM-9L. So all aspect IR missiles for the F-14. We already had the AIM-7Ms, but they're still good. We also get a new missile, the AIM-54C, so the C variant of the Phoenix is coming. This has improved inertial navigation systems. I still think this is going to be largely a gimmick though, boys. The Fox 3 missiles, the active radar homing missiles, they're only really good against players who don't know what they're doing. That being said, I'm certainly not an expert at top tier RRB, but having even longer range missiles come into the game probably isn't going to do Define's mental health any good. And my my friend Seekerhead has seemingly quit because he doesn't like top tier. So probably not helping the problem. All of the veteran War Thunder RRB plays are kind of not having fun with it. I don't even play RRB anymore. I just stick to tanks, and even that's a bit of a punch in the balls at some point. But anyway, I'm looking forward to the F-14 coming. That's not all though. We also get the Lantern pod. I think it's similar to the one you get on the A7K. That was the event vehicle for the last update. So it's basically a targeting pod. Like every other targeting pod in the game, this allows you to use laser guided bombs. So we get the GBU-12, the 16 and the 10. I think this is 125 kilo, 500 kilo and 1000 kilo. Well, that's 2,000 pounder, 1,000 pounder and then 500 pounder, I believe, in a freedom units, as you Americans like to call it. So we're basically getting a very, very fast top tier jet which has good air-to-air and air-to-ground performance. I'm really looking forward to this thing because it will finally give America a great CAS jet, really. The F-16 is good in CAS role, but it doesn't have a targeting pod. So it's going to have all the great aspects of something like a Tornado, like the GR3, or the GR1, sorry. But it's going to have the speed and firepower of a fighter in F-14. So it's going to be great in my opinion. Is it going to be good for game balance? Well, Guardian don't seem to know what that means anymore. But anyway, we do get countermeasure pods as well, actually, so a little bit more survivability. So basically, it's just it's a miniature F-15 Eagle, isn't it? You've got a good ground strike and pretty decent air-to-air performance as well. Also got better engine power. So it's just an upgrade in every way possible, really. The biggest update for me that I'm looking forward to is just the air-to-ground bombs like here. I think the lantern pod goes on the... I think it goes on this thing, but on the other side of the wing. I think you have to lose one weapon station to carry the targeting pod. It's not a massive issue though. I don't think it's like other jets where the targeting pod is like mounted on the fuselage. I think it does go on the inboard wing pylon or whatever this thing is. Anyway, boys, that's all the news that's coming this week. Hopefully this video didn't drag a little bit, but anyway, yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to all my YouTube members, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.